I am going to be doing a 28-day light language devotional where I share videos, channelings of light language for 28 days. And I am feeling really called to do this because if you know me, if you know my practice, if you've had sessions with me, mentorship, etc., you'll know how much of an integral technology light language is to the work that I do, to moving energy, to bringing through transmissions and different codes and frequencies that support people in their healing. And I still see such a lack of understanding around light language and such a sometimes a kind of mocking or a sort of ridicule around it as well. And I find it really, really interesting that light language is a feminine art form. It is born from the unseen realms. It is born from darkness. It is part of a larger tapestry that many of us are not attuned to, and certainly haven't been conditioned in our everyday reality to be able to read and receive and understand. And so when we think about the art forms of women, they are often denigrated, they are often seen as lesser than, they are seen as not as valuable because they are not held within the realms of science in the sort of masculine, patriarchal, Eurocentric view of it. And prior to the most recent phase of colonization that we have experienced collectively, there was this deep understanding that the worlds of science and spirituality were not separate, and actually they couldn't be understood without one another. And so when we try to put light language in this box of something that is not valuable to the world, we lose so much insight. There is so many ways that light and sound carry information. Everything is light, right? As Nikola Tesla said, everything is light. And so when we push it away from us and we say, I don't understand it, and maybe we feel a sense of fear around it, we are cutting ourselves off from an ancient feminine technology that has the power to rewrite so much of our energetic information, which may or may not be serving us. It has such a power to activate certain things that are latent within us, as well as to be able to clear and extract and release things that are no longer serving our highest good. And I've seen I have a million stories of clients coming in with headaches, back pain, slightly more etheric issues as well, such as cords and contracts and all these things that cause blockages within our field, and light language coming through, and I'm feeling that immediate release of tension. And it's something that I use every single day. It's just an intrinsic part of who I am. It's something I've been channeling for the last over 5 years, coming up 6 years now. And so it's something that I have grown to intimately come to know, and also to recognize that it is something that is, as a technology, it has the capacity to continually expand within itself. It is living and can come from many varied and different places across the cosmos, through the earth, from different aspects and different versions of us that exist in different dimensional planes and realities. So when we say that because we don't understand it with our conscious mind, when we decide that, and when we potentially even mock it, or we see it as something that doesn't have that value, we are doing ourselves a disservice. And so this is my offering, and during these times where let's not pretend that right now there isn't some crazy ass shit going on in the world, right? There are so many distractions, and there are so many things which are pulling us away from our center. And this practice for me is about holding a space and anchoring in this sort of portal of energy where we can connect and we can attune, and we can remind ourselves that where we feel the most safe, where we feel the most centered within ourselves, is always going to be found within those inner realms, and that's how we're able to share that externally. That's how we're able to be the lighthouse, that's how we're able to be the tower, the anchor for others in our community, is always through finding that centeredness within ourselves, within the body, within recognizing ourselves as interdimensional beings that have many layers of existence within us, around us. And so this is my offering to that, to this thing that's, you know, so much bigger than me. And I'd love it if you would join me on this journey. So I'm gonna share a little bit of light language. This will be day 1 of 28, and just inviting you just to perhaps close your eyes or have a soft gaze. And this is all about grounding with the Kutayasha, remembering our deep connection with this earth, and remembering our ability to read and receive information from the earth, from her minerals, from her crystals. They have so much information with us about how to stay grounded and connected, and many of us forget that. How much information you can receive from a rock, from these different forms of mineral consciousness, where different keys and codes have been seeded, have been left as a reminder for us. Just removing any of the projections that we're holding in our throat centers, which are not ours. And so that is my sharing for today. And along this series, if you have any questions about light language, if you have any questions about the way that it works and the way that you can use it, the way that you can interact with it and commune with it and bring it through you and use it as a co-creative, masterful technology, let me know, and I'd be more than happy to answer any questions you may have.